Hey you, do you want to hear what's a lot of shite? Public transport.
The public transport system is a great idea that helps a lot of people go from point A to point B every day, helping us get to work, school, and wherever else you need to go when you don't have a car. And hell, owning a car is expensive, so who wouldn't rather a cheaper alternative like the buses? Which are probably the worst of the group here. Supposedly, it's a simple and efficient way to travel on roads without having a car, and it's a little bit more efficient for carbon emissions. But it really isn't. I mean, for starters, the buses where I live state in every bus stop that they have one bus every 5 minutes for each location, which in the 3 to 4 years I've been taking the buses as a main form of transport has never been true. Hell, you're lucky to get one bus every hour despite seeing 3 or 4 of the exact bus you need going the opposite way. You'd be lucky to see even one of those come back. And if you do, all of them usually show up at the same time. That's usually an issue with the people who schedule the buses and not the drivers, but it's still a complete piss take to wait for an hour only to see 4 of the buses that could have came at different times. That's not to mention the bus drivers who see you running at full sprint for the bus stop to catch it, and when you're only a few seconds away from being at the bus stop, they just keep driving. They don't stop, and they do not bother. Like, yeah, that's amazing. You watched me sprint at full speed to get on the bus as quick as possible and just fucked off. That's amazing. The prices are daft as well, but I qualify for the under 22 bus pass in my country, where anyone under 22 can use the buses for free. I guess not paying makes it slightly more bearable, but that bus pass ain't as great as it sounds. Now buses are filled to the brim with high schoolers and daft teenagers that usually like to be as loud and obnoxious as possible. Vandalising buses, picking fights with anyone they can find on the bus, throwing things, harassing people, all that they can do because they know no one's going to fight back. All while the bus driver keeps letting people on well after every seat got taken. So now if you want off the bus, you gotta spend at least 5 minutes pushing past people just to get off the fucking thing. And usually when it's the kids that are filling up this lane, they just won't move for you no matter how many times you ask them politely to piss off. Trains are a good bit more efficient, but they still have a lot of issues. I've seen so many train trips where the ticket guy just doesn't come to my cabin, meaning I have to get off at my station and be stuck behind gates hoping someone will come to print a ticket. This got to be so much of an issue in some stations, they had to have a designated person sitting behind a desk just to sell tickets if that happens. Not to mention the constant delays and cancellations making it worse than buses sometimes. And the wait times for these trains are always twice as long as buses. You generally don't get as much annoying kids in the train, but goddamn do you get plenty of drunk people. Because, you know, after sitting for half an hour and then an extra 15 minutes because of delays, you want to be stuck next to the one grabby drunk guy hoping he doesn't eye you up and decide to pull a weapon. Public transport is extremely useful, but it's way too expensive for all the hassle. And that is a lot of shite.
And well, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. This is the start of a new short series of videos that I'm going to be doing called That's a Lot of Shite. A general small rant series about general annoyances that we see in the day-to-day. Things like clothes hangers, DVD organisation, the annoyance of those little plastic tags in clothes, whatever the hell I can think of. It's just something to kind of bring content to the channel, and I hope you guys enjoy it. See you in the next one.